How's it going?
Hi.
Welcome. We're back.
I feel like I might have yogurt throat, but
Every episode, I feel like I have major yogurt throat.
yeah, you usually pregame our recording by honking your horn real loud, clearing those passages.
I have a very loud nose blow.
That's one way to put it.
It reverberates through the entire home, and I bet the neighbors could hear it.
I hope they do. I hope they can. I mean, I remember when we were roommates, you lived in the basement in a lair.
Oh, that was a room. That was an opium den.
I don't know. But yeah, we would hear you honking that horn all the way in the basement. I would be upstairs in my room and I'm like, oh, Memes is blowing her nose again. Here we go.
Just clearing out the sinuses again.
Must be morning.
Yeah, that's how I start each day. Feels great. So Hess, what you been up to?
Not a whole lot. Like, I've mostly been hanging out with you.
Yeah, I know what you've been up to because we've been together. So
Because we've been doing all these things together. I will say Monday was a full moon and all people around me, I feel like, had lost their mind. And I was like, please stop contacting me. Please leave me alone. I can't even deal with people right now.
what were they doing?
I don't know. Just like asking me too many questions. And I'm just like, please cease and desist. Please let me live.
Too many questions is never, especially like first thing in the morning when I get bombarded with just a bunch of questions, rapid fire. I'm like, I can't do this.
And like half the time they don't make sense and I have to decipher what they're even trying to say. I'm like, get out of my inbox, please. Get out of here.
That's when you politely ignore.
Yeah. You're like, I'm going to have to get back to you. All right. Give
BRB.
me some time. It's going to be a minute.
Yeah, but we've been together. We, let's see, we had brunch.
Yeah. We had brunch with our future guest, Kata.
Yeah. The third of our triad. We call ourselves OBC, Old Broads Club.
But it's really just a play on obesity.
Oh, I actually forgot about that.
Yeah. That was the second part of it.
Obesity.
Yeah.
Represent.
Obesity.
And speaking of obesity, we split a boozy milkshake at brunch.
It was a honker.
It was big and tasty.
Sure was.
It
I like
was
that we,
peppermint patty.
We played it safe and didn't get the dessert that would normally come on top of the milkshake. We were like, just the milkshake, please.
We won't have the gigantic dessert on top of it, but we'll still have the shake, please.
After we just pounded drinks and each got a fried chicken sandwich, you know, that's where I'll draw the line.
The funniest thing is that the other brunch place that we were going to go to was pretty packed. So we were like, oh, let's just go to this place. And we were standing outside until it opened at 11 a.m.
Well, you got there before they opened. You were literally hovering outside.
I was waiting, and then right when they opened, we went right in and then realized, oh, they don't actually have brunch, so we're having lunch.
I knew that going in. I the
didn't.
only one that like checked the website. I was like, oh, I don't think they do brunch, but like whatever, they have sandwiches and stuff. It's not like you have to get a full-blown dinner entree.
Well, it worked out. We had fried chicken sandwiches at 11 a.m., and I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I've definitely had something worse earlier than that. So
I'm sure we have
who am I
together.
to judge? I also got a margarita at 11 a.m. Like, let it ride.
Yeah, I had a Bloody Maria. That's my go-to. Maria. Yeah. So otherwise, we've obviously been doing pottery, killing the game there. My second piece was out of the kiln. It's on my nightstand now. Like, I put my AirPods in it. Love it. It's functional.
Can't say the same for me. Still haven't brought home a single piece yet.
I do think you should do something special with your spaghetti and meatballs piece.
That is something else. The meatballs popped off in the kiln. So gonna have to glaze those bad boys on and go from there.
Well, it's fine because my snail hut that I made, I glazed back together. That's just a sculpture. That's not an actual functional thing.
My favorite is like the person who packs the kiln was like, you know, I put it in and it was great. And then I opened up the kiln and it was in pieces.
I was like, thanks for trying. I'll make it work.
Yep. And you sure did glaze the absolute shit out of that thing. So hopefully it'll stick together.
multiple different glazes on that thing.
Slap them all. I love it too in class. They'll be like, oh, these are the expensive glazes and this is the expensive luster. And as soon as they say that, you're like, I'm going to use that one. I'm going to use that
Yeah, they
luster.
took me in this special room to use the luster that had kind of a a scent to it. And she was
Fumes.
like, the fumes. And she was like, oh, we'll only use a little. And then it started dripping and she was like, just use the whole thing. So
I love her. She's like, just go for it.
And she's like, so what's your background in art? And I was like, well,
nothing.
I'm an absolute beginner. I guess you could say I do some writing and dancing and stuff.
I was going to say you're more performance art.
Exactly. So, but yeah, that's what's up with us. Nothing else really to report. Glad it's the day we can chug our wine and look into each other's eyes.
Oh, yeah.
And report on a lot of hot topics.
I know there's been a lot of stuff going on.
Something has been up.
Some things that we are scholars in.
Scholars, I've been diving deep, okay?
Yeah.
So first we're going to touch on, we love a murder.
I would have picked better phrasing for that, but...
Not actually, but like we follow it. So... the Murdaugh trial.
Think I'm drawn to injustice.
Yes.
Let's put it that way.
Can't look away. Shout out to my hubby for our special new sound effect board.
Yeah, which we clearly needed a Deb Downer one.
Because that's what I tend to be. So for anyone who's ever watched The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, I
have no idea where this is going.
I like to surprise you.
Yeah, literally.
I deeply, deeply resonate with the scene where Titus was watching the trial of the preacher or whatever he was.
John
Hamm's character. And Titus is watching in the library and like dancing to the theme song and having the time of his goddamn life. This is how the murder trials are feeling. Murdaugh.
Murderers. It does kind of remind me too of that 30 Rock skit with Jane Krasinski when she's like murderer.
Yep. So I watched the doc. I haven't
Which one did you watch? The one on Netflix or the one on HBO?
I think I watched the Netflix one.
I sure did watch both. They were both interesting because like I like that the Netflix one kind of had more like people who were involved interviewing, whereas the HBO one was more of like people in the community and how they feel about the family. Oh. And then they also had some people who were directly affected by it. Yeah.
Oof. That is just dark. And it's frustrating because that Ginge family has just done so much wrong.
Here we go. She'll do anything to slander a Ginger. Here we friggin' go.
I love the Gingers.
Yeah, but all this karma's going to come back to you. You're going to have Ginger twins, so watch yourself.
I've had a dream that I had 2 10-pound ginger boy twins.
Oh my God. You give birth to 20 plus pounds?
I don't know how my body would recover from that, but yeah.
I mean, if it goes like any other sort of event, I don't think your body would allow them both to be 10 pounds. One would definitely be smaller.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed.
So anyway, obviously he's guilty. Like, what do you think?
Well, I mean... yeah, all signs point to him being guilty, but also my favorite conspiracy theory is like, Mallory Beach, the girl that unfortunately passed away on the boat.
That was so sad.
My dream is that like her family just low-key set him up and killed the wife and Paul. Or maybe they were like, you know what?
A theory.
Take Paul out and then
or the boyfriend?
No, the boyfriend.
No, I mean, what if if that was like...
Yeah, I would love that too. I'm shocked
But he was friends with the son, right?
Not really. Not after what happened.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And my whole thing, too, is like, the boyfriend is like 3 times the size of Paul. And I get that Paul was like obviously unhinged. But if I was that boyfriend, like punch Paul in the face, knock Paul out. Don't let him drive that boat.
I know. Like take it into your own hands because that was a mess.
But I get it. Like they were all afraid of his family because his family ran the whole town and the judicial system. So of course you'd be afraid to act. But
yeah, people like couldn't really do anything.
It's just sad all around.
And they like stormed right into the hospital the second it happened and were like already making moves there.
They were going up to people and saying like, "Oh, I'm their representative," and they weren't. They were just like literally trying to cover Paul's ass.
Yeah. I mean, R.I.P. to Paul, but he was a spoiled little shit, I think.
Yeah. And I mean, people are trying to say that like my mom watched everything and she was like, "Oh, poor Buster." And I'm like, Buster killed that other kid. Like Buster monster's about to be brought up for his crimes. He's not totally innocent in all of this.
And wasn't there something sketchy with the maid where she cleaned like right after?
Yeah, and the maid got murdered too. I think the mom.
She did?
I think the mom killed the maid.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they were just like taking out people left and right. I don't think anyone in that family is innocent.
No.
Unless my conspiracy theories, which are unhinged, are true. Which is just like a fun plot twist. Like if I was writing this story, that's what I would have.
Let's write a murder mystery together.
Oh, Agatha Christie.
Call
Get
me
your
Agatha.
quill out. Here we go.
I feel like Mike should do that too.
I know, that would be great. He just needs to work on his intense Sasquatch saga that he always talks about and hasn't written yet.
We've been waiting for a Sasquatch story that can be made into a film by Mike.
Well, yeah, I mean, and Sam is a go-to Sasquatch authority.
We're waiting for you, Sam.
Sam, we need your input here.
Anywho, so that was juicy. There's a lot of juicy things going on.
I know. And that was more of like the sadder things, like people lost their lives.
That was actually really bad. On a lighter note, there is
well, talking about criminality.
Yeah. Jess sent me a trailer for, what is it? Is it a show or movie?
It's a movie. Did you even watch it?
I forget everything. It's all a blur. It's a movie with our girl.
One of our girls. There's a few girls.
Yeah, we got girls
who are like in our top 5, in our top 10. This girl in the top 5, maybe even the top 3.
Who's our top 5?
I don't know if we have enough time to divulge vulva.
To divulge on this.
Yeah, I don't know if we have enough time to divulge enough information on that.
But her name is Toni Collette.
Obviously. And now I feel like it was disrespectful that I called her a girl. She's a full woman.
She's full grown.
And I love her. She's a full-blown adult.
So she's going to be starring in a new flick called Mafia Mama.
Ew. And I love this for Toni. She's like, I'm just going to do whatever the hell I want to do. Mm-hmm. And this looks like a little lighthearted romp about her casually going to Italy for her grandfather's funeral and finding out he was a Don. He was the head of the mafia family.
The plot thickens. Mm-hmm. And first of all, I have a lot of thoughts because I love Toni from Muriel's Wedding. Obviously, that's one of my top 5 movies, I think. And when I got engaged, you guys did like a shrine of Muriel's Wedding on the champagne bottle.
Yeah, shout out to Kata and Barry. They were really on the forefront of that because I do not have graphic design skills. But
and also we've always loved the mob scene. Like we went through a really big mob wives phase.
Well, I love all the mob wives. That is high comedy to me, and
R.I.P. Big Ange.
We'll never have another icon like Big Ange, in my opinion.
I know. I can't believe she's gone. My diamonds.
My favorite. I keep seeing this Big Ange clip time and time again, and she's talking to her son, and she's like, "Well, I met a new guy, and yeah, he's incarcerated for murder." And then her son's like looking at her like, "What are you even talking about?" And then she's like, "But guess what? He's buying me a puppy."
Love her. And I love when she's like, "That rat bastard."
Did she ever actually say that?
I think so. Or maybe that was Renee.
That sounds like more of a Renee quote.
Graziano.
Yeah.
I follow her on TikTok.
I don't. But remember when me and her had the same shirt from Forever 21?
Yep. I screenshotted it immediately.
But you know what? More age appropriate for me. So that makes Renee look bad. Okay.
Yeah. She's triple our age or something. So.
Oh my God. When she got plastic surgery and ripped her whole back.
She was close to death.
She almost died. Hope it was worth it, Renee. Hope it was worth it.
She got her entire body redone and slowly sat up in the bed and her whole back skin ripped off.
I would also pay money. I would literally pay money to watch Drita fight people.
Drita.
Love her.
She's a fiery one. Yeah.
That's putting it mildly.
I know.
I love watching her. Like you could see her bust into a room and you could tell she's going to kick someone's ass.
Fight someone.
Love it.
Yeah. She doesn't hold back.
Not condoning the violence, but go off, Drita. And that's their culture.
Dorito.
So that's fine.
Yep. That's it. But yeah, I'll definitely tune into Mafia Mama when that is released.
I'm gonna book the whole theater. We're gonna go.
Let's go.
We gotta support Tony.
When does it come out?
I have no idea. I have to rewatch the trailer.
So we'll definitely be supporting that. In other news, saw some interesting new couple that emerged.
There's been a lot of interesting new couples, to say the friggin' least. This one was a shock early on in the week.
Yep.
Only because these two people are both like very almost incestuous based on their other previous relationships.
Yeah, there's a whole web of relationships, which is the interesting part. So Avril Lavigne and Tyga are now dating.
Oh God. Like Tyga, what?
I didn't see that one coming, let me tell you.
What is he even up to right now?
I don't know. But okay, so he was with Black China, correct?
Yes.
Who was with Rob Kardashian.
Yes.
And then he has a connection to Kylie.
He used to date Kylie. He also played Kylie's 16th birthday, and that was highly controversial because they started
oh my God.
like kind of talking to each other then, and it was weird.
I did not know that. That's weird.
Yeah.
And then Brody Jenner's in the mix because
Avril and Brody used to date, and obviously Brody is Kylie and Kendall's half brother.
Yes. And they were pretty serious, he and Avril. They had like matching star tattoos or something.
I think they were engaged. But Avril's
yeah.
been engaged to or married to a bunch of random people.
Yeah,
it's very strange.
She's had a very interesting love life to follow.
And I think the other connection too is Tyga was married to the woman who had Tristan Thompson's first kid.
Yes.
So it's just like too many connections. Like, are there not any other people in the greater LA area to date? Like, what is this purpose? What's going on?
It's a small world after all.
Yikes.
We need a sound effect for that shit. Thank you.
It was the delay made it better.
I know.
So yeah, that is like just really strange to me. I guess good luck to you, Avril.
Best of luck.
I mean, it's weird too because there was some other connection too because she used to be engaged to Maud's son, and Maud's son's also this weird guy who's dated a bunch of random people.
I don't know who that is.
You're better off for not knowing.
Okay. He was a skater boy.
He's a see you later boy. Were you about to say, is that Avril Lavigne?
No, I know that one. No, the better song would be
It's a day corner.
Why do you have to go make things so complicated?
Wow.
Yikes. Yeah. So that was interesting news, which ties into one of our biggest highlights of the day. Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber shit is still happening.
And of course, this triggered your obsession where I'm sure you scrolled to the bottom of their Instagram, the bottom of their TikTok, look at their first post.
So this has affected me in a really interesting way. Like, I'm like, am I brainwashed? Like, what is going on?
Media, baby. You work in marketing.
They got me because now I consider myself a Selena Gomez stan. I purchased Rare Beauty products and I listened to her music, which I never listened to before this morning.
I'm honestly shocked that you weren't a Selena stan already. I feel like she checks off all of your points for being obsessed with her.
Yeah, I mean, she's beautiful, she's nice, she's genuine, it seems. And I actually watched Only Murders in the Building and I liked that show. She was good. So
I like her cooking show too.
I had never seen that, but of course I went deep.
As you do. Got to do your research.
And so this is my theory. This is how I feel. Selena Gomez, I saw some clips of years ago when they were young, and Justin was with Selena, and Hailey was a fan.
Yeah, she was a fan.
You see her in the freaking background.
Yeah, there's tons of videos of that. She was a fan beforehand, and even like her old Twitter, it was all tweets about Justin and Selena. Like she stanned them together.
She tweeted about both of them together?
Yeah, because she was like a child.
Yeah, she was
when
super
this
young.
happened, and she was like, Selena and Justin, oh my God.
So, yeah, and then obviously she has a famous family, and
The Baldwins.
Yeah. Tough him.
Well, not to mention her father, I want to say the weirdest of all of the Baldwin brothers. He's the weirdest one.
Why do you
Steven.
think?
He's just very weird. I mean, I don't want to completely diss him, but he's like very, very like religious. And I think that's a lot of the reasons he was trying to like coax
Yes.
Haley and Justin together. And I've also been reading shady things that he had filed for bankruptcy like right before they got engaged. So it was also kind of like a huge monetary benefit too for them to hook up.
You went deeper than me. You went deeper than me.
No, this is just what I saw.
Well, yeah. So I don't know. That makes sense from the family's perspective. From my perspective, like this little girl, maybe she begged daddy to be like, can you help me meet like my love, Justin Bieber?
Maybe. It's weird though, because like you see the video of when they met too, and it's Steven introducing them. He's like, oh, hey, Justin, we've really been loving your music. Here's my daughter. And she literally looks like she just rolled out of bed. She looks a hot mess, and she barely even speaks. I don't know if she was nervous, but she's like,
probably.
Hi.
Yeah, I watched a clip of Justin talking about when they met, and he was like, oh, wait, I never realized it before. We had an arranged marriage.
Yeah. And it's like, you know what? I think that's true. Also, people speculate like this was a time where, because Justin is a Canadian citizen, he needed a green card.
Oh.
And he also kept like getting all these traffic violations and like other legal issues here in the States. And people were like, oh, he needed a green card. And apparently he proposed to Selena. She said no. And then 2 years later, or not 2 years, 2 months later, he was engaged to Haley.
I am learning things. He proposed and she said no, and 2 months later he proposed to Haley.
Yeah. And like Selena has a song too. I forget what's the title of it. It's like I Had to Lose You to Love Me, that song.
Lose you to love
and at one part
me.
she's like, took you 2 months to replace me.
Yes.
So it's like clearly about Justin.
Oh yeah. And that was a smash hit.
Well, I mean, you just started listening to her today, so I don't
listened
know.
to that song in the bathroom today. Yeah.
Sure did. Listen to it in the bathroom. Best acoustics.
Yeah, I forgot to mention one big update in my life is that my walk-in closet.
Oh wow, here we go.
Getting closet reno happening. So I was like trying to find where the hell all my clothes were, and I was just like walking around confused listening to Selena Gomez this morning.
I mean, you were figuring it out.
It was great.
That's like my second bedroom right now is 80% clothes I need to get rid of that I've like gone through, and I'm like, all right, we gotta get these out of here.
I just got rid of a bunch, which feels great. Anyways, back to the story. So, okay, they got set up, and then I never had really noticed, because this all came out because the mean girl energy from, you know, Haley with Kylie and Kendall making fun of Selena, and like they just have really not much to offer. I think they're pretty shallow, and it's just interesting how they make themselves look so bad.
It's also just really weird because Kendall and Justin used to hook up. So it's
Really?
like, why are you?
Oh, yeah, I knew
like,
that.
why are you okay with Haley? Like, why does Haley get a pass?
Yeah.
It's this weird energy.
Because Haley obviously knows he loved Selena. He was talking. I also
He
listened.
still loves her.
Oh yeah, I still.
Because like in all the paparazzi videos too that you see, like Justin's so mean to Haley. He like shuts the door in her face. He like runs away from her.
It seems like he doesn't like her that much.
No,
It's weird.
it's really strange.
And what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So what I find freaking creepy is how Haley copies literally everything Selena has done, like the cooking show, verbatim.
Yeah, I mean that's a little weird, but I can almost give her like a pass at that. But the similarities are really eerie. But I feel like both of those things kind of came up during the pandemic, and like a lot of people were doing like at home kind of videos. So I'll like kind of almost give that a pass, even though it's creepy overall.
It's just how she repeats the same exact lines that Selena has said, like, oh, this is my real home. I'm filming it in my real kitchen. And then like there was another clip in interview where Selena was like, I just want people to know my heart. And then Haley said that verbatim in an interview. Like and then of course the tattoo.
The tattoo is the weirdest part for me. So Selena Gomez has this G tattoo on the and behind her ear.
Yeah.
And then for some inexplicable reason, Hailey Bieber got the same tattoo. And I saw a video of like when she was getting the tattoo done, and people were like, oh, like, are you happy with her concept? And she's like, yeah, I'm just like really happy with the concept. But they never say like what the inspiration was behind it or why. And my favorite joke is people are like, oh yeah, it stands for Gustin Bieber. Like,
Gusty BB.
my favorite friend, Gustin.
Interessante. Yeah. So I don't know. My theory is Haley was a fanatic. She got her way.
Throw it back. That reminds me of the MTV show. Like Haley would have been on Fanatic.
That's what I'm thinking of.
For sure.
And she is like obsessive, and I'm scared because who knows what's going to happen.
I don't know. I mean, she seems fairly harmless, but in the same respect,
she's
it's like,
mean.
yeah, it's like stop bullying someone who
And
has a lot of
jealous.
health issues. Like, leave
Yeah.
her alone. She's already going through enough.
Yeah, like the poor girl went through so much depression.
She has lupus. She got a kidney transplant.
Yeah.
Like, leave her alone.
Yeah.
That, and maybe Haley, like, maybe find a hobby. Like, you
Right.
made some lip gloss or whatever Rhode is. Like,
Yeah, what
maybe
is Rhode?
find something else to
Skincare?
do. It's skincare, but she has like 3 products, I think.
Oh, well, Rare Beauty, that I am impressed with the quality. Nice quality. Tried the blush, like the liquid blush. I never wore blush before, but maybe I'll wear it now.
Wow. You got a new blush fan.
Because I officially say my crush of the week is Selena Gomez.
Oh, wow. We got another Selena in the building.
But who's your crush?
My crush, obviously, is going to be one of our queens, Miss Toni Collette, because we got to
Nice.
support Mafia Mama.
Support everything she does.
I know. She's coming out, I think, with some other movie involving a horse. Like, she's just picking a bunch of weird roles, and I fully support it. Like, do whatever the hell you want, Toni.
Yeah, just live.
Yeah.
Live your best life.
Should I write that to her as a letter?
Dear
Toni, I just want to let you know that you should live your best life.
Maybe we should have that as a segment every podcast. Dear Toni.
Dearest Toni. Well, I, of course, bought her zine that John Early wrote about Toni Collette because
I love
We
him.
also love John Early, but yeah, he also respects Queen Toni.
I don't think this person would listen to the podcast, but I have to tell a really hilarious quick story about.
Oh, no. I think
is
I know
too
where this
good.
is going, but like omit names as much
yeah.
as possible.
When Jess and I saw John Early stand up in Brooklyn, he was hilarious. And like this guy that I had hooked up with years ago that like kind of always like talked to me, and I just like kind of laughed it off. Like he's just a funny guy.
I feel like you had to be talking back a little
We
bit.
talked back for a
Okay,
bit, but then I was
yeah.
like, whatever. He hit me up and was like, oh my God, what are you guys doing tonight? And like, we never really made plans or anything. And he was like kind of going through like a tough time in his life. And I was
Figuring some stuff out.
like, yeah. And I was like, oh, he probably won't come or anything. And then just, we were watching the show and like, she goes, turn around. He is standing there in a button up like blouse.
It wasn't a blouse. It was a men's shirt. But still, you're gonna say he was wearing a blouse?
So that was so funny, and we just were like, hey,
Oh, like why didn't you say hi initially?
Hey.
Interesting.
what's up? Anyway, that was a tangent, but
Yeah, it was awkward, but at least we got to see John early, so it all
it was
worked
great.
out.
Jumping right in
Now for like the true main event, the true drama that has been, taken over everything.
Bravo time, right?
Bravo time. We need to come up with a little song for this part.
Woo! We're so happy. Okay, so this was a big Bravo week.
A lot of shit went down on Bravo this week, so we're going to touch on the few of the more basic things, and then we'll get into the juicy part that we know you're all really chomping to talk about.
Definitely. So yeah, let's hit on the lighter points. Summer House. I watched that.
Yeah, me too.
And I've been keeping up. What do you think? Like, what stood out for me is the behavior of someone, aka Danielle. No disrespect, I like her, but like, why on earth does she keep inserting herself into other people's issue? And no matter what, she stands up for Lindsay and Lindsay and Carl. I think she's kind of obsessed with Lindsay.
I think like she's so stuck in the idea of like, I need to be a good friend, and being a good friend means like doing anything for these people. But I'm 100%, I agree with Paige, what Paige said. She's like, Danielle, why the hell are you riding so hard for 2 people who would not do this stuff for you?
Yeah. And she like, even when they weren't there, she was like trying to be so loyal and like stand up for them. But like she made it all, like she put herself in the drama for no reason.
Yeah. Which she's like prone to do, is just completely insert herself. And I get that like she's doing it under the guise that she thinks she's being a good friend, but Yeah, like Lindsay and Carl would not go to bat like that for you at all, Danielle.
No.
And I think like at some point they're going to have a falling out because I don't think they're friends right now. So like, I feel like
they're
it's
not?
coming that she's going to get really fed up with them.
I saw a little like teaser clip of them sobbing and fighting. So are
That could literally be anything.
I know. That's crazy though. Well, yeah. So that's what really stood out. And like she made Amanda cry during their little game.
Which that was fucked too. I also don't know, like, are you guys that thirsty for plot lines that you have to play a game called Stir the Pot and like you didn't think that was going to end badly? Like, let's use our heads.
Yeah. So in other Bravo news, that wasn't the huge news. Good old Southern charm, Austin. Apparently he hooked up with Shep's ex, Taylor.
Controversial take. I'm kind of all for it because Shep didn't appreciate Taylor. And I feel like you could tell Austin was always defending Taylor and kind of like giving her eyeballs across the couches from when they were at the reunion.
Yeah.
And like, honestly, like I'm kind of for them. I think Shep ruined a good thing all because he wouldn't get off Raya. So it's like, yeah, Taylor, do you. Austin, of course, is shady and doesn't follow any sort of code. So I can't really fault him for anything.
Yeah, he has no code, so I'm not surprised.
No.
And I remember when she was still with Shep and going through some stuff, and he was like had a heart to heart with her in the shoe store and cried.
Yeah. Which I thought even then it's like, okay, I could kind of see these two.
Yeah.
Maybe linking up at some point because Shep was already on the outs. He was like, no, I won't delete my Raya. No, I can't promise that I'll be faithful to you. And it's like, it's another 40-year-old man, like not able to grow up and commit to anything.
Did you ever watch Relationship?
Of course I didn't. It was god awful. The whole time he was like cosplaying as a Shakespearean scholar.
Oh God.
He's like, oh, this date we're gonna write a sonnet together. Like, shut up. Are we in like high school senior lit? Like, get away from me.
You're not bright, sweetie.
I'm also convinced that I bet Shep and I bet Thomas Ravenel and I bet even Austin are buddies or know the Murdaugh family. Without a doubt. I bet they run in the same circles.
I could see them having weird parties together.
For sure. Because they're not that far away from, I think, where that all went down.
Oh, shit.
And I feel like, especially the Ravenels, because they're always been shady, I feel like they definitely know that family.
They have like plantations together and stuff.
Oh, gross. And like they're still wealthy from those plantations. Like that's disgusting. I hate these people.
Bad people.
It sucks because like I watch Southern Charm and a Shep especially, I'm like, this fucking piece of shit. I'm like, I hate this guy. Why am I watching this? I hate this man.
I know, and it's sad because it's like you want him to be decent, but he's just like, he'll never learn.
Well, that's the thing. It's like I don't even want for him to change at this point because I think he's actually incapable of it.
Yeah. When he's like, what is he, mid-40s?
Yeah, and he always looks like shit. And doesn't he have like liver problems
He
too?
drinks a lot.
His doctors are always like, you are gonna die. Like, stop drinking. And he's like, whatever.
Oh, boy.
Like, it's just not pretty to watch.
Best of luck.
All right, well, time to get into the biggest 40-year-old loser this week. You already know where we're going with this. It's Scandival time.
Woo!
I don't know if we should cheers for that.
Okay, let's do a negative sound. That more accurately represents Scandival. I was just excited that I got really ahead of myself there.
You're like, yeah, we can talk about it openly. Woo, 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 woo.
So this has been bombarding my feeds
Since Friday
It's all
when
I'm being
everything
shown.
imploded.
Yep. So Tom Sandoval cheated on Ariana. Hate a cheater.
With my least favorite person on Vanderpump Rules, which on this podcast I've talked about how much I hate Raquel.
Poor Raquel. Coitading. In Portuguese, it means...
See, I think she's playing us all. I don't think she's a coitading.
Really?
I think
see
she's got
her
you
as-
fooled again. This is Selena and Haley.
I just feel... I see her as like another desperate, thirsty person.
I do too, but I think it's more calculating than what she portrays or how she tries to portray herself.
Maybe her PR team is like, this is your move.
Well, her first crisis PR team, when all of this broke, dropped her, and then she got another one.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So, yeah, just to obviously give some background, even though I think we're all well educated on the topic.
We know at this point, but...
Is like, I guess Ariana was at Tom's show, and Tom's phone fell out of his pocket, and Ariana, this is according to Kristen.
Yeah. And of course, we watched Kristen's breakdown.
Of course. And I guess Ariana was saying like she had a gut feeling like she should check his phone. Like she just felt something like she should check it. And when she checked the phone, there was a FaceTime recording of Tom and Raquel rubbing bits to each other.
Oh, wow. So she watched that?
Well, I mean, she must have saw like a clip. And like when that happened, then I think she messaged Sheena because Sheena and Raquel were on Watch What Happens Live that night. And that
was the same night?
Yeah. And that's,
damn.
Or yeah, I think. And then Sheena then Sheena obviously knew and allegedly
punched her.
Sheena pushed Raquel into a wall.
I thought she punched her in the eye.
Well, that's what people are saying, but some people are saying that's a lie. Like Raquel's putting that out to act like it was something bigger than it wasn't.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of rumors right now. We don't know what exactly is true, but
I'm tired of rumors started. I'm tired of being followed. I'm tired of people yelling, saying what they want about me. Linz.
Why can't they let me live?
Let me live, Linz.
She needs to put out more music. Like rumors, need more of that.
I want to go to Mykonos and dance to
Girl,
to
I think that club has been shut down for like a decade. She's in Dubai now.
Okay, that's
and she
true.
Doesn't drink.
But I still want to go there and reenact her like hair flipping dance moment.
Oh, I mean, that's another iconic moment.
But also Dubai would be great.
I don't think, I mean, what is the price to even get to Dubai? I think I'm priced out of Dubai, but sure. Would love it.
We'll find some sugar daddy to bring us to Dubai.
I'm going to find a nice Shah to take me in.
Shahs of Sunset, bring me there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so wow, I mean, people are freaking out. Like Lala is going hard, standing up for Ariana.
Lala loves something like this that she can get on her little platform and like scream and yell about, even though she's, you know, kind of guilty of similar offenses. I don't think that anything she's done in any way compares to this, because this just feels extra gross because apparently Tom and Raquel have been hooking up for 7+ months. And some people think it goes back even farther. They think maybe she called it off with James because she started hooking up with Sandoval. Because it is really weird. Like Sandoval paid for James's entire Coachella themed proposal to Raquel. Sandoval paid for that. Yeah, it was like really weird when that happened. So it's like, does this go back further than people even realize?
Well, aren't people looking at old photos of them in the matching necklace?
Yeah, because that's another thing is they wear matching lightning bolt necklaces to like show how much they love each other and that they're thinking about each other, which is
I'm gonna puke.
It's just so disgusting because now like we're watching this show with this new lens and it's like you see Ariana always being so nice to Raquel and like you know, taking her to go shopping for bathing suits and like just being her friend, and it's like the whole time this girl was sleeping with your boyfriend of 10 years. Like that's gross.
That's really deeply messed up.
Yeah. Not even the whole, like, the fact that she's hooking up with Tom, just like the disrespect and you're still pretending you're friends with someone while this is happening.
And then people think that Schwartz knew for a while too, right?
I think, I don't know. It's weird because like interviews make it look like Schwartz knew and he's just helping Sandoval cover. And like,
yeah, like was his makeout a cover?
I think so. I think the whole Schwartz thing was a ruse, or maybe like, it seems like Raquel too might have been trying to make Sandoval jealous.
Oh.
So like that's another aspect of it too.
That's another layer.
It's just gross. Because for all I know, like I don't know, people were saying like Tom kept telling Raquel he was going to break up with Ariana, but he just could never find a good time. And it's like, that's gross. If like you should just break up with someone if you're not feeling it. You're waiting for a good time, but you're already actively cheating on them. Like,
I don't stand for that at all. It makes no sense. But like I didn't watch the latest episode, but I was watching the one where he just was never with Ariana because he was always at the bar and they never spent time together.
That's what's disgusting too, is Ariana was like, I feel like the bar is also in our relationship because he's spending all his time at Schwartz and Sandy's. But now we know that like another reason he wasn't home all the time is because he was fucking Raquel.
Ew.
Like that's so gross.
I mean, Raquel is, I just don't get the allure.
To me, I feel like the allure is that Sandoval wants someone to be like obsessed with him and worship him.
Yeah.
And Raquel will easily play that role. Whereas Ariana's like, no, Tom, you're being stupid. Like, get a life.
I think you're 100% right.
That's what it feels like.
Because she's younger and she wants to, like, you know, suck up to someone that'll pay for her. That's what it seems like.
Which she picked like the brokest dude in LA. Like he got a loan from his parents that he's already blown through.
Oh God.
Like
he's bad with money.
Yeah, he's horrible with money. He was paying that band to play with him.
That band.
So it's like you have no cash coming in other than from the show. Like she picked the brokest dude in all of
according
LA.
to Watch What Happens Live, he has abs, so that's why she likes him.
Ew. He looks he's just like having a midlife crisis but he's been having a midlife crisis for the past like 15 years.
Yeah, I heard a clip of Andy like trying to recall that night on Watch What Happens Live. Did you listen to that?
I think was that his podcast? I feel like I heard a snippet of it.
And he was surprised when both Sheena and Raquel said they would, out of the Toms, they would prefer Sandoval. Mm-hmm. And then when they went to break, Andy listened to Sheena being like, wait, I only said that because I thought you would say Schwartz.
Yeah.
So it was like a weird vibes. And she was like, I love his abs.
I think too, maybe like since the affair's been going on for so long, maybe Raquel wanted to get caught because it makes Tom like, you know, make a decision.
I mean, maybe.
I also don't get like Tom's weird obsession with Coachella. Like Coachella is the birthplace of like all of his problems, but he loves Coachella.
Why does he love Coachella so much?
I don't get it. Because I also like, there was...
Should we go?
Absolutely not.
No, we're past that phase.
No. I mean, I would only go to see Frank Ocean.
It'd be fun if like, I would always want to see Beyonce again if she was there.
We're seeing Beyonce in a few
We're already
months.
seeing her, but like, who else would I see it?
All right, well, focus.
Okay,
Focus.
I gotta focus.
So I guess like when another thing that was happening is someone was like, oh, I saw Raquel making out with Tom in Coachella, and people immediately thought it was Tom Schwartz. Mm-hmm. But Tom Schwartz was like, I didn't go to Coachella.
Yeah.
It was Tom Sandoval. She was caught making out with Tom Sandoval there.
Did they both have little like flower crowns on?
Raquel, you know she did. I bet.
But I bet
she did.
Sandoval did.
You know he had a full head to toe glam look. He's probably past flower crowns.
He got his makeup done.
For sure.
Yeah.
The man always has his makeup done, which like that's his prerogative, but it's like maybe pay a little more attention to your girlfriend.
I mean, it's at this point Ariana's free and good for her, but like I feel bad because that's like she was committed to that guy for years.
It just feels like a huge waste of time too, and
Yeah.
I'll be
and
really
she's in her mid-30s.
Well, I'll be really upset the way they spin this. Like if Tom pulls the whole like Ariana was so depressed I couldn't get to her thing, like that's disgusting. Because if someone's depressed, like that's not a reason for you to go out and find a mistress.
Yeah, that's not the way to deal with that whatsoever. So that was the big scandal, and
there's still like more stuff coming
it's still like his two statements. Like there's just so much coming out.
Raquel's apology, that is weird.
I'm gonna be following that for a hot minute on my feed. So, but anyway, this leads to our Hess Express of mine is. Yeah, mine is definitely like the thirsty, desperate ploys to still be relevant and to pretend like you have something to offer when it's just like reaching and kind of gross, like we were saying.
Yeah, I think like mine is probably just all the problematic men of Bravo. Like it makes for great reality TV that they found all these man children, but in the same respect, it's like all those dudes are in their 40s now and it's just kind of getting gross. It's a gross look.
Yeah, they should probably either call it a day for those guys and have a new blood,
like
or
Kyle, Austin, Chef, Kyle, the Toms, both of them. None of them are safe.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there should be a cutoff, like 38, and then it's like.
I don't think it's age. It's the mentality of these people
True.
who are on the show. Like, I don't think. The age just makes it more sad and depressing, in my opinion, that they're
That's
still
true.
acting this way and think it's okay to act that way. But
Well, on a lighter note, we're going to be looking forward to spring. What are you looking forward to?
fuck, are you about to be like, I'm about to celebrate The spring
The
equinox.
vernal
Here we go.
equinox.
The fucking vernal equinox. What do you have to go yell ya over the river or something?
Yeah. Yeah. What are we gonna do? Paint our boobs for the spring?
I guess so. I mean, last year was your bridal shower. That was like the
Yeah.
spring celebration. Are you
Oh,
gonna
on
hoist
May
the
Day.
maypole?
Yeah. Let's do that again, even though it's not my shower.
Can just have like a little get together. You're gonna make me some pizza?
Oh, well, I cannot wait to fire up the pizza oven once it gets warmer. It's daylight savings this weekend, so we're getting closer.
Wow.
And before we know it, the pool will be open, baby. Trying to throw some pool parties this summer, so
Yeah, invite me over for the pool party.
sure will.
Can talk more shit.
Well, stay tuned. Next time we'll be talking way more shit, and we loved talking shit today. So
Yeah, never gonna stop talking shit. Never gonna stop complaining. Love complaining, and love and light. Love, love, love.
love and light. Thank you.
Bye.